Okay, so I am Camille Claiborne. I am the moderator of the Lincoln University Alumni and Friends Book Club. So I'm going to talk about our book of the month, and our book of the month was Sisters with a Side of Greens. This was the book for December. And I'm giving this book a 4 out of 5 because I really enjoyed reading this book. Um, some of the themes that are in this book are themes of family, tradition, food, pregnancy, marriage, and Southern culture. I thought this book would be a great book to read during the holiday season because it has this theme of family and reconciliation. And, for some of us, we only see our family during the holidays, right? So that's why I had suggested it and it ended up being our book for December. So kind of a basic summary of this story is the story centers around two sisters, Marana and Rose, who had a falling out and they hadn't spoken in a number of years. So through a series of like unfortunate events, they're forced to kind of come together. And it is through those events that the sisters repair their relationship. And I thought that that was kind of cool. I think most people can relate to having a disagreement with a loved one or even a friend. And sometimes it's for trivial things and sometimes not so trivial things. Um, so I think people can relate to the fact that it's those kind of things, trivial or not, that can cause you to be estranged from your family and maybe even a long time friend. Um, so fortunately for the sisters, they're able to repair the relationship and actualize their dream. So they had an aspiration, and their disagreement actually deterred them from getting to this goal. I won't reveal what the goal is because I don't want to spoil it. But they repair it, and they're able to reach their goal. Well, realize their dream. I think that's the better word. Um, so I really enjoyed this book. I could relate to it. The author gives the reader a bird's eye view into Black Southern culture, and I always love that. From cooking, reading this book, I did not realize that people made spices. I don't know how I thought pepper and all those things came to be, but I didn't realize that you could make your own spices. So the sisters actually make their own little seasoning, and I think that that's really cool. But cooking is definitely a big aspect of this book. And and I think it also kind of taps into this idea of church being at the center of Black life, right? I think especially Black Southern life. I remember watching something and they said that if you live in the South, on Wednesday nights you were a Bible study, and I didn't know that that was a thing. And certainly, I think when you come down south, you see churches on every corner. So it kind of gives you this insight of this idea of like church being at the center of Black Southern life. Um, and this idea of Black families taking on other people, right? So I think for a lot of us, we have cousins who are not really our cousins and things like that. So I kind of it tapped into that, right? Like they take in this young girl and they make her a part of their family. So I think this idea of like people welcoming strangers and embracing them as family, which I think is also sort of a part of Black life. I don't know if it's restricted to just Southerners, but I think Black people tend to take on extra family members. So just taking this young girl, they embrace her as a daughter, and they mother her in this really unique and loving way, right? They're in the delivery room when she has her baby, so it's really a great story. So I hope that you guys will all enjoy Sisters with a Side of Greens. I thought it was an awesome, awesome, awesome book. So I definitely gave it a 4 out of 5 because it was awesome. Happy reading.